concentration of a solution is the ratio between the amount of solute and the amount of solution. Percent concentration refers to the ratio of the number of parts of solute per every 100 parts of solution. A concentration of 1% means there is 1 particle of solute for every 100 particles of solution. Percent concentration is expressed differently depending on the state of substances present in the solution. If the solute is solid and the solvent is liquid, a mass over volume percentage is generally used for the concentration. For example, this formula should be used when dissolving salt in water. If the solute and the solvent are both liquid, a volume over volume percentage is generally used for the concentration. For example, it can be used for lemon juice mixed with water. Finally, if a solute and the solvent are both solids, a mass over mass percentage is generally used for the concentration. For example, it works when we mix baking soda with flour. To calculate concentration in percent, we first find the ratio between the amount of solute and the amount of solution. Then we place the ratio over 100. The answer is the amount of solute per 100 milliliters or 100 grams of solution. This is the percent concentration. The choice of units is important for calculating percent concentrations. We must use the same units for the amount of solute and the amount of solution. For volume over volume percentage, we often express the volume of the solute and the solution in milliliters. For mass over mass percentage, we often express the mass of the solute and the mass of the solution in grams. For mass over volume percentage, we usually express the mass in grams and the volume in milliliters. Let's do an example. We dissolve 40 grams of cocoa powder in milk to obtain 250 milliliters of chocolate milk. We want to find the percent concentration. The solute is the cocoa powder and the solution is the chocolate milk. We start by identifying the values in the problem. The mass of the solute is 40 grams and the volume of the solution is 250 milliliters. Next, we calculate the ratio between the mass of the solute and the volume of the solution. To obtain a percentage, we determine the mass in grams that is present in 100 milliliters of solution. Isolate the mass of solute by multiplying by 100 milliliters on both sides of the equal sign. We get 16 grams per 100 milliliters, or a 16% mass to volume ratio. You can also calculate the percent concentration using the formula C equals the amount of solute divided by the amount of solution times 100, where C is the percent concentration. Simply replace the variables in the formula and calculate. We still get a mass to volume ratio of 16%. We can also determine the amount of solute or solution. Use the same formulas and isolate the correct variable. Here is an example. A disinfectant gel has a 70% volume over volume concentration of alcohol. What is the volume of alcohol in 0.5 liters of gel? The solute is the alcohol, and the solution is the disinfectant gel. Identify the values given in the problem. We have a volume over volume concentration of 70%, and the volume of the solution is 0.5 liters, which corresponds to 500 milliliters. We are looking for the volume of solute. The variables are substituted into the concentration ratio, where the volume to volume ratio of 70% corresponds to 70 milliliters of solute per 100 milliliters of solution. We multiply by 500 milliliters on each side of the equal sign, and we obtain 350 milliliters of solute. Therefore, the volume of alcohol present in the disinfectant gel is 350 milliliters. We can also get the formula C equals the amount of solute divided by the amount of solution times 100. We get the same result as the one we would obtain by bringing the concentration ratio over 100.